Okay. All right. It says we're live.
Open us up. Open us up, host. Come on, what are you doing?
I'm
We're
making sure.
live.
I'm making sure the video's working.
We're live, dead air.
There we go. Okay, we're
Steady,
good.
steady, go.
What? What do you mean dead air? Hold on. Uh,
Oh, there you are.
oh, you know what though? The image didn't go through.
Did you put the image didn't go through? Yeah, you're right. It's totally black. And you didn't put the tweet out, did you?
Yeah. There we go. It's good. Well, it should update in a little. But yes, the image is working. There we
Yeah,
go.
the
It's on
image
the
is there.
screen.
There
Okay.
you go. Good job.
And yes, I put out the tweet telling everybody what time it started. Don't worry, AG. I'm in charge and I'm on top of things.
Did you put it out for now because it has started?
You know, you gotta.
Well, I
give...
thought it was starting at 8 p.m., but again, last night the clocks went back for us. So, shit, what's going on?
Oh my gosh! Wait, they make you guys do daylight savings time in the UK?
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
it is a bit, mostly because, say, literally, I woke up Sunday morning and it was like 7:30. I was like, what the hell? I'm never up this time. Literally, my dog's just there, he's looking at me almost like, the fuck you doing up? And I'm like, what? I was like, I just went back to bed, so I was like, yeah. But then that's when my parents were like, yeah, Theo, we're going to see you today. I was like, why? Well, Sunday, clock's gone back. I was like, oh, fucking hell, there we go. Literally, and it is one of the worst things that we do, actually, is this daylight saving times and everything else. Just leave it as it is.
Oh, completely agree. They say like people actually suffer a lot of mental health issues and a lot of just regular health issues during daylight savings time. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh god, yeah, it messes a lot of people up. Again, because some people don't actually do well with getting to work on time anyway. That's mostly my last job, and I know a few of them. They used to say, "Oh, the clock's gone back. I didn't know what was going on." And it's like, oh, I was like, yeah, but the clock's went back. It gives you an extra hour. If they went forward, then yeah, it's a little bit different.
Wait, so they gained an hour and they didn't show up to work because they thought
they were still late. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That's one of the best things going.
Man, on daylight saving time, I show up to work over like an hour early each time. I get there and people are just staring at me.
Right. Introduce us.
Okay, let's begin, everybody. I am your host, Andrew the Comic Crow, joined today by my fellow podcast co-host, Dean of DA Talks. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Dean. I am DA_Talks, the co-host of this channel, co-host of this podcast. We have a wonderful guest. He's been on this before, but let's go down the line before we introduce him. AG.
What's up, everybody? Origami here again. 10% on, or sort of sometimes when I feel like it. Glad to be here today with Comegeeksome
I
and
dispute
my
that.
Pro Bros. Find me Aura_Gami on Twitter.com. Go ahead, Broly.
My name is
What?
And you can find me at
Who?
take it away, Comegeeksome.
Hey, well, great to be back on here. You can say I am Comegeeksome. My real name is Dan. Call me whatever you like, though. Say youtube.com/Comegeeksome. I can speak now. And you can find me on Twitter at Comegeeksome1. And it's great to be back on here.
Well, thank you so much for coming back, man. And
No worries.
quick clarification, all of your info is going to be in the description. If anybody wants to click on it, they can go right there. Subscribe to the
wicked.
channel. Yep.
Nice.
And AG is actually only 0.10% owner of the channel.
I just do
Looking
for
for
like
that SSN right now.
yeah, 70% of the work. Like
Credit card number. Let's go.
You'll see it now. We'll just buy up all the real estate on the names. That's what that, yeah, got all this, the names. Did you see that regarding Fallout 76?
Yes, that was
The
brilliant.
the guy who done that. Yeah, round of applause to that guy.
So, for anyone who's unaware, there was a fan of the Fallout franchise, and I guess to stick it to Bethesda, they went ahead and bought out a domain name. I think it was Fallout First or First Fallout, and just screwed
Something like that,
Bethesda over.
Because it was because it's the pay to win thing now, innit? Which every single game seems to be doing.
No, yeah,
which
that's standard
just
practice.
annoys the shit out of me. That
It's
does.
so I'm this is the part I don't understand. They are charging people a subscription service just to play the single player portion of the game.
I'm not too sure. I read that it was going to be like $99, and
Oh,
it was like
so for what?
it was. I think that was like for a year subscription to it as well, where you can get like you can store as many items as you want, and you can see other players online while you're playing, and there's a bunch of other things like that. And I was just like, what the hell? Who is in their right mind going to pay that?
Are you telling me that the subscription costs more than the price of the game?
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like Bethesda.
Yeah, just a bit.
Okay, real quick. Mike Walters, thank you for joining us again. Hey guys, what's up? Just released my latest video a few minutes ago. I'll check it out afterwards, man. Thank you. Well,
So
I like
how was
saying
it
hi
going
to the
across
chat.
there then?
Fine.
So let's go ahead and get into some of these questions. Now you've been on the podcast with us before. Last time you were here, you mentioned that you've been a fan of mangas for a really long time. Do you have any suggestions for people just getting into mangas? Like any good reads?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. Say there's a lot of new stuff that just it does keep coming out, and a lot of it is good. But again, like saying, I got into it in the late '80s, early '90s when my uncle just kept giving me comics, and I got into Guyver. So for a first one, to me, that was just like, this is amazing. An alien symbiote suit just kicking the shit out of people, and I thought that was amazing. But there's tons really. Like if you want to see like the old school Akira film, that's probably one of the best ones. Get in, if you want a film, get into it, watch that. See if you like that or not, because that's pretty much got everything that manga was associated with at that time.
Mhm.
So obviously, the cyberpunk era and all this kind of thing, and the action, and even like the religious type of storyline. And this day and age, manga seems to be going more towards, I don't know why, it's probably just me though, but like schoolyard fights and all that kind of thing, and a group of kids who've got powers, which, don't get me wrong, I do like watching that, but I used to like watching Power Rangers. So, but yes, so I'd probably say, if you want to go into something really good, again, Guyver and Akira, they are a little bit violent, but I'd probably suggest the Guyver.
Okay. Now, the last time you came on, you had mentioned that you mostly made your YouTube channel to talk about the VIX situation. Is there any other kind of content that you wanted to do? And is there any do you have any plans in the future for your channel once appeals are over and the VIX stuff is sort of dies down?
Yeah, so what I first said, obviously, when this all kicked off, I was like, right, no one's really out there defending him, sort of thing, so I thought I'd jump into that. But for the future going forward, I do want to start doing podcasts and kind of like real life vlogs. So, because I did have another channel which died down about 2 years ago when I actually finished work, and from there I had festivals because I was going away nearly every other month. I was doing gigs, I was going abroad, I was doing tons of things which gave me a lot of content.
Mm-hmm.
But I done my back in a couple of years ago, and that's what's kind of made me kind of stop doing more adventurous stuff. But this year, so obviously starting a lot of things now. Got a bit more medication, so it's not too bad. But I'm also waiting on surgery, which I think I said last time as well, which the waiting list over here in the UK, because obviously it's free in the hospitals, the waiting lists, they can go from anything from a couple of weeks to a couple of years. So it's just like, right, okay, what do I do from now on? But going forward, with this channel, because the channel has done really well, and I'm a big fan of the video game Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And I do post videos of that every week. I kind of stopped, mostly because a lot of the games I had were shit. And I kept dying, and obviously, that kind of thing, nothing funny was happening. But so we got that. So me and my mates, we're the ones who do that, and we want to get that up and running again. But it's probably aiming towards more commercial news, like internet news going on, what's happening with other people, the YouTubers, that sort of thing.
So
like
topical YouTube news.
Yeah, not like Drama Alert with Keemstar, not like that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that
you
is
wanna-
full on like, oh, you gotta do this.
Yeah, you want to have more class than that.
Yeah, you don't want to jump down people's throats with anything. Just like, right, okay, read the news, give your opinion, sort of thing, and just carry on from there.
Yeah, Keemstar is very American like that.
Now it's been a while since we've gotten a chance to talk to you. I know that Judge Trump's ruling was a while ago, but I was curious what your opinion on it was. How did you feel coming out of it? I have a feeling I already know. It's probably the same as we all feel.
When I first saw it as well, obviously for me it would have been in the evening when it all started kicking off, and I was like, well, shit. It's like, right, okay. Again, going up to that point though, it was kind of obvious the way he was going to sway towards them. I think that's mostly because of the certain interviews we saw coming out of it. Dallas News with Sharon Grigsby or whatever her name is, and reading some of the things that she said was going on in the court, I was like, yeah, he's not going to get anything from here. I was quite surprised though that they went 17-0 though. I thought at least one or two things would have stuck for him.
You would think so, because that's typically how like these big lawsuits work.
Yeah.
Some things get thrown out, sometimes a majority, but a couple things at least make it to trial. This was just everything.
That's it. When I first saw it, and he's lost the lawsuit. I was like, right, okay, fair enough. But then when I started seeing other people, again, it was Tug, it was everyone else. They lost all of them, 17-0. And then, obviously, I saw the filtered things coming through from Greg Douchebag and all this, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, did he really go 17-0? And then I started looking into it, saw certain things coming from people. Obviously, the transcript came out, and then I read that, and just when he was like talking to Ty, and I was like, he's kind of talking down to him. I was like, even though you're a judge, yeah, fair enough, you've got to give your verdict and give and all this kind of thing. You shouldn't really be talking down to the lawyer in front of you, because that's just going to give you bad vibes from him in the future. Because he could be like, so say something goes on in the future and he gets Chup again, and he could be like, I don't want him, and he could put in complaints against him, that sort of thing. But I was just so shocked seeing that they went 17-0. That was the biggest one for me, I think. And when I was speaking to a few people, they were like, yeah, at least we thought at least 2 or 3 things would have stuck. Mostly the Comegeeksome situation.
Yeah, that was the most surprising to me, because that they definitely interfered with the contract.
Yes, there's text messages, there's email.
Yeah. You don't need to exceed into getting what you want, but there was the involvement. And so I think that was really surprising, because they had the proof. You know, like they had the text.
It was all lit. It was in written format as well. Again, we got evidence, and then they're like, it's almost like, even though we've been saying for months, show us the evidence and we'll believe you, this, that, and the other. And even though we had the evidence, they were like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. So it's like, well, what's the bloody point of asking for evidence if this is what you're going to do?
There's one thing, though, that is fortunate about him dismissing them all and not just that one specific one open. If they left only the interference with Comegeeksome open, the only person that could go after would be Ron Toy and maybe Monica. But I really think it was Ron Toy that's implicated there. So,
100%. I wish they did go after him, to be honest with you, because out of everyone, he's been the most smarmy.
But for Vic's situation, like if he sues Ron Toy, what's Ron Toy actually got?
That's it.
But versus what he actually took from Vic.
He's got an Audi.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I'll take your car, bitch.
No, it would be nice. But I guess what I meant was, because everything got dismissed, Vic can appeal everything right now. Because the way I understood it, if only that one course of action was left for him, he would have to wait an entire trial with Ron Toy, going for a year or 2 years, in which they play whatever games they can to stall and drag it out.
Yeah, like they were initially.
Yeah, and
with
then
this.
all the heat will die down on everything else. So, I mean, we're right into appeals now, so it's moving pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
to
so we
say
got what? We got 3 weeks till the appeal. 21st of November, isn't it?
Yep, I believe. Yeah, watch. It'll be like the 22nd. We'll both look like fools.
Yeah, well, I'm British. I can take care of it.
It's your British time zone.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll say. Actually, you know what? The 21st for you really is the 22nd. Think about it. If you're on the West Coast, you are 8 hours behind me.
Mhm.
What was it you were going to say, Broly?
I don't know. Is it 8 hours behind him, or are we 4 hours ahead? I don't know.
We're 8 hours behind.
Behind Crow.
Ah.
But
I'm
BP
like-
was actually about to say something.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna make a comment about, you talked about how the judge was kind of talking down to him. I mean, part of that was Ty's strategy to make like a self-deprecating joke, to try and like change the mood
Yeah.
of the room, and it just completely
It didn't
backfired.
really work.
Yeah, because then the judge was like, "Oh, you're not listening to me."
That's the yeah.
So I mean, if you take away the actual details of the case, like I think the judge was just kind of annoyed with the whole thing. I think he was annoyed with Ty. I think he just didn't want to deal with it.
It went on an extra hour as well, didn't it? Than it was meant to.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of got to him as well a bit.
There's other factors involved as well, because I believe when things weren't really going our way, some people within the group or whatever decided to go hit up the judge on all platforms.
Oh,
Yeah, then he sounded like a broken record of Monica Rial.
yes.
He was basically repeating her message about healing a community he obviously has no idea about.
Yeah, he just it to me it just seems like he didn't want to deal with it anymore, which is why he dismissed everything, and he even mentioned appeals. So that's
Just
what
to get it out of the way.
Yeah, like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. Like, just take it up with appeals. You're
Yeah.
going to anyway. So just,
Yeah, that's basically I think what's happened. Like I say with the bloody hell. When the part when it's saying, "Oh, you're not listening" and everything else, and obviously then when everyone tried hounding the judge on Facebook and everything else,
that was a
with that,
mistake.
when I saw that, when I woke up, because I remember I woke up on the Saturday morning and I saw that, and I was like, "What the effing fuck?" I was like, "How can you do that? It's a judge. You do it to Monica or whatever. Yeah, I don't condone it, but yeah, okay, you want to get your grievances." But you don't go to someone and do who's got the FBI on speed dial. It's like they could get you, guns blazing, coming in. Like, what you say about the judge?
Yeah, I had
The
heard
Yellow Flash had called one person out, but I didn't actually look into them to see if they were actually like a Vic person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
heard some reports that the people that were doing it were Kick Vic posing as I Stand with Vic. Granted, it's hard to prove that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
put it past, but I don't know. It was a mess.
Yeah, so I spoke with 2 or 3 people who did. They weren't after him, but they just gave him basically constructive criticism. And say we started speaking on Twitter. He was like, he's like, "Oh, I never meant you like this." And now I was like, "Well, because of the way you've done it and the certain words you said, obviously it's going to make Vic look bad on this side now. It's going to make I Stand with Vic, these people. It's going to make them look a little bit worse and a little bit like how Kick Vic are." Because obviously we saw how all of Kick Vic, they've literally, if you say one opinion difference to them, they're going to try and attack you on all levels. They'll try and get you either via Facebook, DMs on Twitter. They'll even try and get you on YouTube, which I've had a few of my chats, and I've had to literally just try and limit how many people are talking and how many people leave comments. It's like, yeah, we'll just do this. We'll just put quite a few things going through a filter, and it stopped it at the moment.
I mean, they can't stand at all. One source that people on YouTube can basically talk about whatever they want, right?
Yes.
There are restrictions. There are certain things to get promoted or downranked. Everything that does happen, but for the most part, there's so many voices on. People are going to find the content fine. So when those YouTubers
Yes.
are popular and they're reaching out to these people, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it freaks them out, it pisses them off, and it makes them angry. And you can sort of tell that if they had the ability to put duct tape on everyone's mouths, they would, so that they could be the only ones talking.
Oh, 100% they would.
So Mike in chat's asking a question. Let's go ahead and direct it at Comegeeksome. He says, "What do you guys think of Lemoi's attempt to get some of the evidence thrown out before it gets to the appeals court?"
He wants that money.
Yes, that's what he wants. He wants it to just literally like, well, we don't want this. I want to get my quick as I can, because they could come back with a bit of evidence in the appeal, even though I don't think they can actually do that. But I thought it was a bit of a shady tactic, especially the letter he sent on the 24th. It was almost like trying to get those brownie points. Like, oh, Judge, you shouldn't do this. We should try and do this. And it's like when a teacher is, he's not the favorite student when they're kids, and they're like, oh, pick me. That's what I thought of that, really. But I really thought it was a bit of a lowball tactic, really, from him. Mostly because it's like, well, you can't, it's all there, just let him appeal it and see how it goes. But him trying to get things thrown out before the appeals are gone, I thought it was a bit of a lowball move.
I think he's going for like a couple Hail Marys, right? Because
Yes.
if he can get that striked, that's the biggest evidence as it exists against their case. That would be a big deal because, like you guys mentioned, there's the evidence of the tortious interference. There's another affidavit with 70 some odd lines from Chuck, just completely showing how toxic, for lack of a better word, the Funimation work environment actually is, and what Vic has been going through with his employees. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
Finish. Because I was just going to add to your point, basically. I was like, there's also the Stan Dolan affidavit going against Monica's affidavit that got, destroyed by Stan Dolan's affidavit.
I absolutely love that affidavit, to be honest with you. It was just so good. But then, you've got people, again, like Kirsty Monroe and all them. Yeah, well, that's not right. So what do you mean it's not right? It's a bloody signed document.
Well,
it's a document legally binding.
I'm sorry, isn't Monroe that girl that was
Crow.
That's her.
It's coming up. It's coming up. Don't stop.
After. She was the reason I was banned for a week on Twitter.
But yeah, no, it seems like they're just trying to win on technicalities because the facts don't appear to be on their side, and that's why they're trying to get things thrown out. That's my overall
This is
point.
Kangaroo Court with Lemon. Sorry.
Kangaroo Court.
Lemonade, man, I can't stand it. It's his voice. It's like nails on a chalkboard, and I don't know why.
No, I'm not. It's my voice.
How dare you?
I know, right?
Is he married or anything? Oh, I shouldn't be attacking his family if he is. But
I'm married.
I'd be like, Dad, just shut up, or just try and get a voice changer or something.
Could you imagine once upon a time? Like, no, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, World Vader mask on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I suppose Halloween would be fun, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, you know what? I do have a question. Bit off topic, but what do you guys do for Halloween in the UK?
Well, if you're a kid, it's the same, trick-or-treating, all that kind of thing. They do a lot of, in the clubs and everything else. It's because the Halloween is this Thursday. All the clubs this Saturday gone, and on the weekend, they had a lot of Halloween themed parties. So it's no one goes all out. Obviously, we've seen things from the States where houses are done up to the everything, and it looks amazing. And over here, it's like, oh, you got some cobwebs. Nice. That sort of thing. And that's literally no one decorates their house like they do in the States. Christmas time, completely different. Christmas time is literally, it's just gloves off. There's reindeers in the gardens. There's tons of things.
That's what's up.
That's awesome.
I wish we were like the States with Halloween. No, I love all stuff, all the decorations. Say, because in the Costco over here, they sell them all, and it's like the bigger thing. They're like mechanic things to go in the garden. I'm like, if I had a lot of money, I would spend a shit ton in there and buy everything.
That's how I feel about the Christmas. Oh, sorry, AG. That's how I feel about the Christmas decorations. Like those giant inflatable snow
Yeah.
globes that like have the fake snow flying in them.
Oh, I love all that, to be honest. I just love Christmas. Always have
You
done.
can deflate that. You can deflate those balloons and put them away. But like those animatronics, like the giant exorcist or like the life-size Jason,
Oh,
what do you do with that thing? You just put a Santa hat on him, just leave him out for Christmas. But like,
I would, because I fucking love horror. I'm like, yes, stay there. If anyone comes near my door, light up or whatever. And with The Exorcist, when I probably put it in my mum's house, because she is shit scared of that film.
in the bathroom, put it in the bathroom, the most important room in the house. Like,
Yes, literally. Like, I can't go in there, but I need to. Every time the door opens, just have your mother sucks cocks in hell. Every time the door opens, I'm like, oh, what do I do?
demonetized. But anyway,
Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good. It's good. They're fine. They'll be fine.
You're never
You're
monetized
fine.
anyways, so
Yeah, we're
There
never
we go.
monetized. But no, I know you're a fan of horror. I borderline harass you on Twitter about horror stuff like all the time. So
I love horror though, so I'm at any horror questions. I love them.
no, yeah, for real. Dean, do you want to shift to the next question?
Yeah. Now you've always come off as a really fair person, and I think that's why certain
Thank you.
people. No problem. I think that's why certain people on the Kick Vic side don't mind reaching out to you for to tell their side of the story. For example, as we were talking before we started live streaming, I'd mentioned the Andrea situation where she had messaged Kaylin saying some questionable things with some questionable motives behind them. And I remember you talked about it. Then Andrea had reached out to you to tell her side of the story. Does that happen to you fairly often? You do a lot of videos that center around what people are saying. So I was just curious if that type of situation happens often.
So when I first started doing the channel, so back in February, for about 2 to 3 months, nothing. But then all of a sudden, when the nitty gritty of the things started coming out, a lot more people were getting in touch with me. And so the Andrea is a perfect example. That's probably the biggest one I've had, apart from, well, we'll get into something else after. But so what was going on when she came out, and it was about those DMs, when she was saying that, I'll make up a story. With that part there straight away, I think that hit a lot of people, and a lot of people were angry. Because when someone says, if anything happens, just make up a story, just say something happened, the Vic done something. And she came out and she was like, yeah, no worries, I've already got it. It's like, what? I think that took a lot of people by surprise, even though people kind of knew, like, certain things are being said which never happened. But I think when you actually see it, and you're like, shit, this actually does happen. And with all that situation, obviously, I did 2 videos on Kirsty Munro, and obviously they weren't very favourable of her. And I was like, well, you shouldn't really, I was like, you can't really do this. It's not a nice thing to do. You're basically saying you're going to get an innocent man convicted of a crime of nothing happening.
Yeah.
And, and Andrea got in touch with me, because she actually got in touch with me before regarding a video on her. And, she was happy, and I was like, yeah, no worries. And so we talked, and she was like, oh, she actually wants to have a chat with you. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And because I didn't reply to Andrea, I think it was about 2 or 3 days after, then that's when Kirsten, Chris, whatever her name is, Munro, she went on Twitter, and she started saying then, she was tagging Monica, Jamie, all these people in. She was saying, Tug's obsessed, Comegeeksome's obsessed with me. He done 2 videos on me. And I'm like, right, okay, if that's how she wants to play it. I replied to a tweet that she was mentioned in, and I was like, if she wants to act like a child, I don't want to speak to her. But then, literally within like 10, 20 minutes, she was DMing me saying, oh no, and that's when I took it public. I was like, I'm not going to get caught. I'm not that stupid. We'll go public, and everyone can see it. And that's when I was like, if she's going to act like this, because she was like, oh, fine, yeah, I never saw you reply, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, if you want to do something, we'll have a chat, set something up for next week, we'll do an interview. And she never got back to me. The following day, Andrea got back to me. She was like, oh, I'm speaking to her via DM. She still wants to do an interview. I was like, great, set something up, and we'll just go from there. I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, okay, it's almost like, oh, it'll make us look good that we're reaching out to someone. Oh, we'll give our side of the story, this, that, and the other. But then I'm not going to do it anyway because I don't care. And it's
Well,
like,
as far as Kirsten goes, her side of the story in that specific situation isn't good. I mean, like, I'm just saying, if I was her, I would avoid every YouTuber, and I would continuously change my @ like she's been doing. If I was her, I wouldn't be, but I mean, I wouldn't have reached out to begin with. Like, man, you got caught.
After what I was saying, I'd be like, right, okay, best thing to do is come out and say, yeah, it was me, and I'm sorry I said.
Yeah.
If you're on a side where, well, she done those lists, didn't she? Always tell the truth, never lie. We got evidence. We do this. It's like, well, you've completely gone past your own list.
Mm-hmm.
You've literally got caught saying you're going to fake a story about someone doing something unholy to you, and and you're going to say that it all happened. And this, if you went to the police with that kind of story, this guy could get arrested and get put in jail for it. And if that actually did happen, what would you have done if you didn't get caught?
Oh, she would have been regarded as a hero. It would have helped out with more
100%.
voice acting. It's just sad to like if the motives were obvious. She's
right from the beginning.
Yeah, so it's just really sad because she was willing to do that, and it makes you question everything. Because people are willing to make up lies to further their agenda. Yeah.
But I first saw that and I was just like, you are literally over. You cannot come back from this. Saying something like that, and then like, oh no, yeah, because she started mumbling as well in a lot of her tweets. Because she changed her photo, she changed her @ mention, she changed her name, and it's like people still gonna know who you are. You can't get away from that because what you've done here. You have literally, well, if she did go to the police, that's breaking the law, isn't it? So,
filing a false report, but
which they're full of on that side.
Yeah, like people in these industries, even small-scale ones like Funimation Workplace, they completely operate on a "you pat my shoulder, I'll pat yours." You've seen
come and lay on my sofa.
In Chris Sabat's case, you sit on my couch. You get a role,
Yes.
But,
I mean, I'm always waiting for evidence before I jump on it. It is funny to joke.
Yeah. No,
it's hilarious to joke about it. And
for example, though, like, oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead, go on.
I was gonna say when some no name on Twitter is obviously like a puppet account called Red Rain. He dropped this video where they tried to contradict Vic with what Nick was doing or saying, as if somehow Nick should be acting out on everything that Vic is saying. And how did Monica react? She was ecstatic when she saw it, right? So when these people are like, they're trying to get into the industry or they're trying to get attention from people that they admire,
that's it.
They would be willing to do that for that kind of gain, whether it's emotional, whether for money. And it's sad, but people do lie. I mean, it wasn't that long ago where we were sitting down watching NBA take bows for falsifying a document with Matt on Perfection. Literally bowing to the camera. Like, these people are so fake.
It's funny you mention NBA because Kristen Monroe is like a huge NBA fan.
Yeah.
Like,
surprising though, really.
She loves them. She also, what else? I'm not going to mention who, but a good friend of all of ours, who's a YouTuber, she had commented on one of his videos, saying like how smart he was and how fair he sounded, and then just like right after the court rulings, he comments on another video going, "Why are you so obsessed with this? Get over it. Vic lost." And it's like, you two-faced little bitch.
They're all like that. I've seen it's literally ever since the ruling got out, you just saw everyone on their side. It was like they've won World War II. They were literally, they were all like, yes, yes. You know, party poppers go in, banners, parties, you name it. But then it's like, the appeals are coming, and they're like, oh, is it? It's almost like they didn't realise that obviously Vic could go and appeal them. A few of them were like, oh, you know, again, Monica, she keeps saying that she's got receipts, she's got all this evidence. It's like, well, okay, well, the lawsuit is over technically. You know, the appeal's going through, but that's just an appeal. If you got all of these to help you in the appeal, surely you should let people know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But they just like, oh no, we'll just keep it hold to our chest.
They don't have anything. They've been
There's
saying
nothing.
it from they've been saying this from the start. They went through an entire trial, and all we found out from the trial is that the judge found it acceptable for the defendants to claim that they believed anonymous rumors online over the person they worked with for 10-something years. You know, more than that. To me, that's ridiculous, and it basically says you were found in a court of law to be backstabbers, but whatever.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing as well, going back to like 10 years ago or whatever, and going back, 10, 11 months when this all started. Have you seen Deep Humor's 30-minute documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was really good.
it's so good. And again, in that, it shows you about when this Monica's ex-boyfriend, whoever wrote that online, they put Vic's name instead of his, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's where Han Leia got it from. And I was like, and they don't realize this. They still just carry on and say, no, yeah, he's this.
And that's
Like,
that's the
realize.
No, the thing is, I think you're right a little bit, Dean. Maybe some realize, but I don't think the majority do. I think the majority just goes with whatever the talking points are from the head of honchos. The people that realized this from the beginning was Monica. That was her ex. She knew who it was.
Yes.
Mars Girl knew it.
Mars
too.
Girl knew it. Han Leia eventually knew it because people called Han Leia on it too.
Yeah. And she came out and she was actually not really apologizing, was she? She was like, yeah, I messed up.
Yeah, she was just stating a fact. She didn't apologize.
No.
Yeah, basically, I messed up. That's it. Oh, well.
Well, Martha, didn't she like just throw blame? She's like, I wasn't the one who did it. Like,
Yeah.
But she wanted to throw the hashtag.
That was it. She threw her under the bus like anything.
When the lawsuit happened, if people don't remember this, Mars Girl washed her hands of everything, said, I'm not responsible. I didn't start any of this.
I've never seen him do any of these acts. I've never been in there when he's done it.
But then remember
Give me
what
$5,000 to
Yeah,
get a little
remember
bit.
what happened. Remember what happened
to her
though.
GoFundMe?
Hold on,
What happened
yeah, no.
It went
she went to Comic-Con,
Yeah.
You know what? That picture's clever. I'd
Yeah.
fucking do that in an instant. But I'm not that kind of person. I'd feel guilty.
How come no one's like
Guys,
freaking out?
when Greg Doucette jumped back in, that's when Mars Girl just would not shut up though. Remember?
Because she's not a real lawyer?
Yeah. The moment someone with any type of legal expertise told Mars Girl, oh, you know what? I think you're okay. Oh, this is a monster!
She just jumped straight in, didn't she? Oh.
It went on for like 2
her and
weeks
cried
straight.
more.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I don't know how you could even like take Doucette seriously when he's putting out false information of his own and making fucked up GoFundMes of his own.
Yeah.
Doing all this stuff. You know,
Basically
like what is
ripped off those people? Like spent $1,100 on a document that cost like $400 or something?
Oh, you know what? I saw that and I was head scratching for days. I was like, this guy cannot be paying that much.
No, do you know he will if you donate to his Patreon and it's like probably $50 a month, you have a chance to like say what you want on his podcast, but he might not even choose it. But the $50 will give you, the notion for him to think about it.
Oh.
Give me $50 and I'll give me $50. I'll say and do anything.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the person. I'm so sorry. That they found this tweet from Greg Doucette from like 2 years ago, where he was called out as a rape apologist for saying this person did not do this thing, right? And then posted link after link after link of all these people who had been falsely accused and cleared later. And I'm like, 2 years later,
yeah,
he runs around calling everybody else a rape apologist. Like the dude is just
I know
such
the one you're on
a
about,
scumbag. Yeah, I mean that was recent.
One of the things that it still irks me, and I don't know why he does it. Again, he's either in it for the kicks or he's in it to get clients. But when he keeps saying that Vic is a pedo, I'm like, you are a trained lawyer. You know what you can get done for.
Okay, it was
And
Kay the Katana that did that. Sorry.
is it?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh, and and he just keeps saying certain things. And it's like, surely you know you can get done for that, unless he knows that he can just get to the tip of the edge before actually getting done for it. And that's what's scary about it. Because he can just keep going on and saying whatever the hell he wants. And it's just not going to happen for anyone. It's like, why are you doing this to people?
It's weird how much support he gets for just acting like a total douchebag.
But the thing is, Duchette's the kind of person that has some type of clout in the fact that he can say, well, I used to be a political candidate for, what was it, senator or something? Doesn't matter.
I once failed to become senator. I'm important. No
one likes me.
The thing is, though, he does have media connections because he was running for political office as a senator. I mean, you know these things, right? Like, he's going to have those connections, right. And he's going to use those connections to get his name out there. He only used the Vic Mignogna thing to put his name back out into the public.
Oh, 100%.
It's all
100%.
Yeah.
It's to basically, it's almost like if he wants to run again, he can be like, oh, I helped these rape victims, and it's like, no, you fucking never. You just got in there, you stirred the pot a bit, you made some money, you got engaged, and that's really it.
Yeah. Kay the Katana has a question. He has a freaking blue check mark. How? Anyone want to answer this?
He bought it.
Yeah, I have no idea how he got that, because you see some people, they've got like 300 followers and they got a blue check mark. And it's like, how? Like, how is that even possible?
You don't even have to earn it.
Yeah, it's crazy how... No, I'm sorry. It's crazy how, like, there's YouTubers that have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter, and they'll have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but they can't get a blue check mark.
There's a voice actor.
It's been taken away, isn't it?
There's a voice actor with like 100-something thousand followers who can't get verified on Twitter.
Yeah, there's a couple of MMA fighters. They're in the like 800,000, 900,000, and people are like, give him a blue check mark. It's him, because he's the one who's posting the videos. He's got people recording while he's in a fight, and you're not doing anything. But then you get these people, again, Andrea, she's one. I think she got like 2,000 followers, and she got a blue check mark.
Yeah, how hard is it to
get
a blue check mark at Twitter? You get some fucking nerd that likes anime that goes and says, I love this person! I mean,
that's
legit, it feels like that, though, right?
I'll photo of Dominique Sky. That's what they do.
For this blue check mark, they sold out. What were you saying like 10 minutes ago?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. You were like, and you got cut off. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I appreciate it. I'm just trying to think back now.
I'm so sorry, BP. It was probably me.
No, it was you. It was definitely you, but whatever.
Go figure.
Anyways, dead air. No more of that.
No more. Come on, keep going. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, we did just bring up Dominique Sky, and it's funny because that actually, she was mentioned in the next question that I have. You did a video on Dominique Sky. It was about her falsely copywriting the videos of her getting asked, not I wouldn't say even kicked out, asked politely,
100% politely,
to leave. And so she's been going around copywriting them, as you know.
Yep.
It made me curious. Have you ever had to deal with copyright strikes?
Yeah, I've dealt with two. I have, and it was back in end of April, and I can't remember the guy's name, but for some unknown reason, he actually looked like a ginger version of Ron Toye, and that's honest to God the truth, that is. And what it was, he done a couple of tweets regarding the Vic Mignogna situation, and he was saying that his friend got done by Vic. And I was like, right, okay, so I have made one video saying that. And then, I think it was like an hour later, he done another tweet, because people started speaking to him and like, well, was a police report filed? Was this how, did all this kind of thing happen? Did you do this? Did you do that? And each time his tweet, reasonably, it went from, this happened to my friend, we filed a police report, No, it never happened to my friend. It happened to me. Yes, police report. Then no police report. And in the end, he kind of backed off and kind of went, yeah, nothing happened. And on those videos, I've done 3 videos, and he copy striked all 3 of them. And I was like, shit, 3 copy strikes from the same dude straight away. I was like, this could be bad. I was like, I've just started monetizing as well. I was like, shit, this is going to happen now. But this is when, say, I spoke with Nick, spoke with a few other people, and I was like, right, okay, first of all, I emailed the guy. And they were going back and forth, and he was like, all right, you know, he goes, oh, he didn't care about the videos either. He didn't care that he lied. The thing that he cared about was because I used his photo from his Twitter account. And I was like, you do know in the Twitter TOSs, anything you put on Twitter, anyone can use it in fair use. And he's like, no, you can't. And I was like, oh.
Oh, that's an argument.
Okay. So you know how it goes. I was right, okay. So when I got it, paragraphed it, snip cut, sent it to him, and he was like, oh, well, I'm still copyright striking you. I said, well, what would it take to get rid of these copyright strikes? He went, delete the videos. And I was like, you know, shall I do it or shall I not do it? Because I lost over a course of one night. I think it was like 32,500 views in one night because of that.
Never negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, never. But I was like, right, okay, whatever. So obviously now I got the content disclaimer at the beginning of the video, and if anyone does copyright strike me, I'll just straight away be like, no, come on, then I'll go against you with it. Come on, let's try and see what you want to do. Because most of the time, when you do go against people, unless it's Disney, because Disney will just throw money at anyone, and they're like, oh no, we're going to fight you in court. Most people back down because they're like, oh shit, I got to pay court costs or whatever. And it's like, it's only a stupid video, I'll just let it go or whatever. I've learned that from a few people, especially Nick as well. I've spoken to Nick regarding it as well, and he was like, yeah, he goes, most people just back down. Which they do, which I was quite happy. Kind of funny because the video is like she put the video out there herself. And I was like, right, okay. But then obviously NBA did the same thing a couple of weeks before, didn't he? And he was like, oh, I got you all speaking about me. Which, to be fair, on his behalf, it was kind of a good logic. But then the way he kind of turned it on people, and he basically said, right, I'm going to get rid of the people who's speaking against me. And it didn't really work. Because, again, with that, I think a lot of people were like, no, I'm not going to take it down. If you want to keep the copyright strike, I'll keep it there for 3 months. They just didn't care at the end. So, I mean, I think that kind of made him do the apology video, which, again, that was very half-assed. And he's like, I'm going, but then all of a sudden he's back within a couple of days. It's like, oh, come on, just stick to your words.
My favorite during all of that with NBA was, y'all didn't delete me. Last I checked,
I deleted myself.
I deleted myself. Oh, fucking hell.
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say because tinfoil theory, because I can't prove any of this stuff right here, but I think Dominique uploaded the video to get people talking about her to be able to strike more things. So I can't prove that, but that's what I just assumed because that was old news anyway. But
oh, God, yeah, it's like when was Comegeeksome? That was back in April.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what
it's October.
This was all so long ago.
Right. No, I don't think it was about that. I think it was the fact that, this was right before the appeals got filed, right? So the lawsuit kind of dropped out, and I really feel the only reason why she did it was because she thought that people would all come and flock to her side.
But in what regard? It was old news. Like, so what?
Well, I agree with both of you. I think she wanted attention on herself, and I think that she wanted to do a favor for Sabat and for Monica, because she's actually friends with Monica.
As we saw from Doc's comics.
So make a public spectacle and ass out of yourself? Like, that was her favor?
Yeah, like, as appeals are coming, it's like the perfect time to strike. Sorry, please continue.
No, you're fine. I was going to say, I just still think Shane Holmberg was an agent of Sean Schemmel, because he showed up after Sean Schemmel made an ass out of himself.
No, I completely agree with you. I agreed with you back then and now. And I would know all about copyright strikes because of that Sammy Exposed video got taken down. That
I
was
know. It's
guys, what are you doing, Sammy? No, that was Toei.
yeah,
But
it's re-uploaded now, guys. It's back in action. I take the strike so we can enjoy VP's work.
No, so somebody asked in the chat, how long, well, it was Sater603, how long will Douchebag's marriage last? And I don't have an answer.
It's up to the Patreons. I don't know.
less than
Yeah.
10 years.
Stops getting the
that's
money
probably
in.
a good thing. Less than a decade. If she can put up with him, then it may be a little bit longer. But if she's seen anything of what he's been like on Twitter, because to be honest with you, your spouse is going to follow you, and they're going to be there straight away. Like, oh, and if she's seen a few things, she could be like, "Fucking hell, what are you saying this shit for?" It's like say, was he married before?
I don't know.
Because I've seen people saying he has got a kid. I was like, right, okay, whatever. Because obviously he started going after Nick's kids, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I was like, right, okay, why again bringing other people in? They only do that when they haven't got an argument to go against that person. It's like, right, they're saying everything right. I'm just going to go in, attack them, or attack people close to him. But I've seen people say that he's got a son or something. And I'm like, right, okay, and he's left him. And I was thinking, that's probably good for the kid. if he's not around, to be honest, being serious, the way he acts and the way he speaks to people, it's like, do you really want that kind of person bringing your son up?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. It's like, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the whole dynamic of Kickback is to abuse power.
Yes.
Power that you shouldn't have. And that's why you see all these false flags going down on Twitter. You see it on YouTube. I dealt with this from Dominique's guy's friend Pepper to an extent. I had people in my DMs back when the Comegeeksome thing happened, because I reported on it almost within a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And I had people in my DMs saying like, "Hey, Pepper's telling people to flag." I didn't see it myself. I just took their word for it and went over.
Yeah.
Because it had this guy's face in it next to Dominique, who didn't want to be in the video but had the picture posted all over Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I don't even want to deal with this. It doesn't detract from my video if I can go back proactively go back and edit this guy out. And I was able to loss him out, and it wasn't a big deal. It was just like, I don't want to.
Oh, is that the photo that they had at Comegeeksome?
Yeah.
The small skinny kid.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I remember that photo. Yeah, it's like, that's fair enough. He's like, I like her. Again, he's probably just a neutral. It's like, I like him. Who cares? Which that's up to him. Everyone can like who they want.
Yeah.
But I know who I'm. But because I had to blur out his face.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, yeah, you can't do it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to involve him at all. I was just trying to show that she was there. It was just reporting the news.
Well, here's just a lesson in internet or whatever. Just like whatever you put out there is going to be used as public. Anybody could get their hands on it. Dominique complains about having her kids, people using her kids in imagery. She's posting that imagery. So
she's posting it on Instagram, from what
on Instagram with over 100,000 people.
That's what I'm saying.
Following her or whatever.
You put them out there. It's on you mostly, Dominique. No one would have them if you didn't post them.
So that's what I respect about Nick, because he keeps his kids off camera as well. Because I say, when that one time he's like, "No, stay there. Don't come over here." Yeah. Which I thought that was brilliant. Like, that's the best way, is keep them away, sort of thing.
Yeah, no, if you're gonna go attack mode on the internet and go after people and try and burn down their lives, like, you should know that you're gonna inquire negative attention to yourself. So if you're easily identifiable, and you're posting pictures of your family. I went back when I started seeing my channel grow, because I was like, I wanted to share pictures of my son with people, but I was like, no, I'm watching this talk with the CPS go down with Tug. I'm not even gonna risk this in the future. I'm not even gonna risk it.
That was dreadful. Yeah. It's, let's say with me, I got a little niece, and I talk about it in my videos, but some of them as well. Say when I do transition to going actually on camera, because I've been thinking about doing that as well, because that seems to actually be more intimate with the viewer. And I was like, right, okay. And she's seen what I've done. She's 8 years old, and obviously now 8, 9 years old, all their form of entertainment is mostly YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And when my father told her, he was, oh, he's there, he's recording or whatever, she's like, oh, wow. And then she's like, she's trying to get involved. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want her anywhere near it. Just because I've seen, again, the Nick situation, Greg attacking the kids. Again, Dominic Sky saying they've doxed my kids, they've done this. So, love, you're the one who's doing it. No one else is. It's like going back to a certain thing with Karen Grigsby when she said in her first art about this whole situation that because she brought Dominic Sky into that a bit as well. She said, oh, they've gone after the famous cosplayer and her child. And I'm like, she's famous? It's like, I just thought she was just basically a few anime people that, you know, that community knew her. But according to Sharon Grigsby, oh, she's attacking their children. How dare they attack children? So, like, take a look what this person has done.
Yeah.
You know, because some of the imagery that Dominic Sky has put out there with when her kid's in the frame, that's questionable straight away. It's like, right, you shouldn't really be posing like that when your kid's in it.
Yeah. Now, I want to get into...
I did have one final thing just to say about that with the kids and everything, because when that first started, I remember I can't remember exactly how it started, but people were saying, like, Dominique got doxxed, all this stuff. And it's like, hey, you shouldn't dox anybody. That's wrong, period.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's just turning around, and I don't even think it took 2 weeks. Maybe it was just like a week later. She's openly bragging about other people being doxxed after throwing this massive pity party. I was just like, God, I cannot stand people like that, because you want to do the right thing. You should do the right thing. Doxing is wrong. You should call it out when someone gets doxed, regardless of who it is. But then to see that same person just run around and just happily go out and dox other people,
They're doing the same thing.
Yeah. No, these are just terrible people. It's not that it was done. It's not the action that they found deplorable. It was that it was done to them. That was it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody else can go and eat dirt, pound sand. They don't give a shit. But just don't touch them. They're precious. I hate people like that so much.
Now, so going into more people that we don't like.
Well, actually, I have something before we transition to the next topic, just as a little icebreaker. I need to get everybody's thoughts on this. You'll see it on the screen shortly.
I'm not. Or hold on, let me.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull it up.
Oh, this guy? Why did you bring him up for?
I need your opinions.
Like, about what specifically? Like, about the character?
On She-Ra season 4.
I know who he is.
I know who he is. I know what's happened, and I'm just like,
listen.
It's fucking Gollum with a fucking pink hair.
My precious success.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't be saying that. It's mean and horrible, but...
Yeah, you filthy bigots. You terrible people. You are going to get my channel just removed. You're going to get Dean's channel removed. You're going to get BPN's channel removed. AG's channel.
I'll make you a new one, like always. Anyway, no.
Okay, well, you can have 10% owner of the new channel.
I didn't say anything about the gender of this person. I said it does look like Gollum with pink hair. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But it's...
Speaking of golems, guys.
Yellow Flash 2, the new face of masculinity.
Recently, there have been some people in I Stand With Vic that have been using the hashtag KickMarchy. I've seen both criticism and support for the hashtag. Some are saying that if you use the tag, you're no better than KickVic. Others say that they just want her and other VAs to be held to the same rules and standards Vic has been held to. I was just curious, what's your opinion on that?
Well, as I was saying earlier, it's the first time I've actually heard of that hashtag today. And
well, yeah, or like the Kick Schemmel, Kick Sabbath. I mean,
yeah, I've seen the Kick Sabbath one, mostly because obviously after all the messages came out from him.
I thought it was the audio drama of him raping himself.
Yeah. It's but yeah, from there onward, I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. I think I used Kick Sabbath once or twice, so I will admit that. And I think that's mostly on the day when I found out what he was saying to people. And I was like, you absolute hypocrite. How could you do what you've been saying about people, and then you come out trying to be all nicey-dicey about all these messages that have come out? And those messages weren't exactly great. It's a bit of like how Monroe was with his. And I just saw that and I was just like, yeah, it's not... let's not do anything. I'd done a video, put a Kick Sabbath at the end, and that was it. Didn't think much of it afterwards. But with the Jamie Markey one, when were people starting using that one? The last couple of days or last couple of weeks?
Last couple of days. I want to say specifically yesterday was when I saw it and it rolling around Twitter. But it could have been the day before.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I haven't really got an opinion on it at the minute because I haven't really seen any tweets that's gone with it.
Well, what if we, but if you changed it to, like Comegeeksome, anybody, the criticisms are the same, you know. Yeah, do you side specifically one way or the other? Because, like, personally, I see both sides.
Yeah, I see,
like, I get frustration, like...
Oh, 100%. It's like, why can't we be like what they are towards a certain person?
Yeah,
they treat Vic this way, they said that.
Yeah, exactly. Why does Vic get, these rules, but they don't? But at the same time, you don't want to be like the other side?
Yeah, you don't want to be associated with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it, really, is that in the end, I'm just want to be all positivity about everything. Like, yeah, okay, you do your thing. If you want to use Kick Markey, Kick Sabbath, do whatever you want. You can use them. I'm still going to be over here using, I stand with Vic or whatever, Vic kicks back or whatever. If they want to use them, they can. It's up to them. Everyone can't be like me. They can't be British. And, stiff upper lip. Yes, we are nicey, but we're not. And all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will say this. I think they're okay being hypocrites, though. They don't give a shit. It's just whatever benefits them in that moment. And if you call them on something later, then, you're a something. You're either being racist, sexist, bigoted, something. And it's an unfair comparison. Or you're just lying. They don't care. It's all about power. It's all about having success. It's all about being better than the other person. So
100%.
If you're okay being that sort of person, then sorry, but if you're okay being that sort of person, right? Then go act like them. Go do whatever the hell you want because there's no control. That's
it. If you want to act like them, let them be that way. I was going to say, obviously, like with their career sort of. One of my videos on Saturday, this Saturday just gone, I was saying, because I was looking through a few things, and these people, they chose their careers over the safety of everyone else. If Vic supposedly done all these horrible things to him. And when I was looking into it, I was speaking with someone regarding it, and we were just like, you know what, that's exactly right. If this supposedly did happen, you had Chris Sabat talking to, everyone. Oh, Vic's this, Vic's that. And then you had Sean Chamel saying he's gay and he's this. And then you've got Monica, Jamie, God knows who else. LJ Montello, she's supposedly being done by Vic, God knows how many times in different places all over the world. And it's when you see things like that, it's like, well, okay, if I believe them and you didn't do anything, you didn't go to the police, you didn't tell other people, you didn't tell people in charge. But again, Lynn came out and said, oh, well, I did. And what happened? I got fired for it. No, you wouldn't have got fired for being that, for being the victim of sexual assault. But if they all said everything that he's done is true, then why would they all just kept quiet? It's obvious they all wanted their careers to keep going. And it's I can't go against him because he's supposedly this big famous movie star, like quality in voice acting, and he's been around for decades. I've only been around for like a decade or 15 years, so I can't, rock the apple cart at the moment. It's like, well, if he did that to you, then what kind of character does that make you? You've let him go on. You've let the safety of fans and all these other people, supposedly, who's in his grasp, and again, according to Greg Douchet, he's a paedophile. It's like, well, if you know all this, why are you letting him carry on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, it's really funny, and funny in the really sad way, not the ha-ha awesome way. Who is it? I forget his name. Grumpig. You remember HE.
Mm-hmm.
The voice actor for Grumpig.
Jamie McGonigal.
Jamie McGonigal.
Tweaky dude.
No,
Jamie
not
McGonigal.
Tweaky. That's not Tweaky dude. Jamie McGonigal is the voice of Grumpig and the rival from the Pokemon series nobody liked. So
Trip.
perfect career. Anyways, he puts out this tweet. I think it was only like a week ago, and in it he flat out states, "Oh, these were reported, and people just ignored the reports because they also approve of abuse of women." I'm sitting there going like, wait, what? You're
they ignored
me
it like your performance, Jamie.
How do they ignore it? It's like, people won't ignore that sort of thing. Because, again, it's a dangerous crime. It's like, you're letting these people say that the police didn't do their job, that people in the HR departments didn't do their job, even though they were all supposedly told.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we care about money, we like Vic, we'll keep him. And it's like, well, okay, that's the motive that Monica Rial used, wasn't it? My name wasn't on the box, his was. And I was the main actor. It's like, fucking hell, how petty can you get?
Petty enough to do all this stuff, maybe. I don't know.
Pretty much.
We don't know at the minute, yeah.
But I like, the idea that you either have to have it one way or the other. And that's why I said these people don't care about being hypocrites. They don't care when their own statements conflict with each other. You have to have it one way or the other. Either A, this was reported to Funimation, and it was just ignored repeatedly over the course of very many years, in which case you need to clean house at Funimation, which includes the dude who's in charge of your hiring, which would be Saturn.
Yes.
Or
100%.
Or none of this ever happened. You don't get to have it both ways, though. So either you want to get rid of Vic, meaning you want to get rid of everybody who gave him all that access for all of those years and put all of those people in danger, or you're just full of crap.
Yeah, 100%.
And
the way they've gone about it is just, you just think of it, it's like, right. But it's like, well, the police should have been notified no matter what, no matter how small the actual incident was. If you don't like the person and they've done something to you, go to the police. Don't go to your HR or whatever, because by the sounds of it, wherever these people work, well, they're all a bunch of shit. They just can't work by the looks of things. It's like, yeah, but didn't Monica say that there's no HR department?
She doesn't know who they are either.
That's it, yeah. And then all of a sudden she was like, oh, we got these people. They told us what to do. We've done interviews with them.
Management says we can't be handsy. I have no idea who they are. Hello.
Yeah. They said don't hug people, so we stopped hugging after a couple of months.
But I don't know who said that, though.
Exactly. Why would it be in a couple of months? What happened there?
Yeah. Just FYI, BP had to go. So when you hear this, BP, thanks for being on. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, BP.
Yeah, nice to talk to you again.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going to throw my piece about that hashtag thing, because what was it you said, Dean? Kick Marchie?
Kick Marchie, yeah.
To me, what's the big deal anyway? It's just a fucking hashtag. You know, a hashtag doesn't do anything. No one is making up lies about her. No one is saying, like, as far as I know anyway, no one is saying that all these rape stories and people are coming out with her and doing all this stuff, that she's homophobic, pedophilic, all this crap, as far as I know. So, who cares? It's a hashtag. I could start a hashtag Kick Crow, you know?
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything.
What? No, don't you dare spread that hashtag.
How dare you?
But no,
I like
it's
that hashtag.
When I was saying, I remember after the whole thing came out with the whole Funimation audio leaks, I literally put cancel Funimation as a joke, and I just ripped off their entire everything that they said. I just reworded it towards Funimation.
It is, man. Some of the things that they said.
Yeah, I said, like, look, I'm not lying. I'm not gonna spread around misinformation. But this is all true, so let's just dig into it.
Some of the things, man.
I find it interesting. I don't know. It gets really annoying that we have to abide by a certain set of rules and standards.
Yeah.
And they get to just do whatever the fuck they want. They can say anything. Chris Sabat can say Vic Mignogna's fans are autistic.
Well,
All of it. It's fine.
in the Deep Humor documentary, did you see when I think they went to a con and what is it? A fan was asking a question to Monica and Chris Sabat, and they're like Vic, and he's like, I can't pronounce his last name, and she goes, Mangina, like on stage.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool that she can do that, but like Vic can't do a damn thing. You know, that they can degrade him and shit. They can kick him while he's down, that's fine. But like Vic better not say a word. He better not try to defend himself.
Well, of course not, because they labeled Vic as a
bad man.
As a rapist and as a child abuser,
a serious sexual predator.
Yeah,
as they keep
A
calling
sexual
him.
predator of all kinds.
Yeah,
Like,
men,
that's
women,
the-
children, dogs, everything. He's into it all. But look, the thing is, it's an old tactic. All you do if you want to degrade somebody, like their position, their status, you just slander them repeatedly, over and over again, with the worst possible thing you can call them, because then it becomes intolerable just to try and defend them, because then you're defending someone who's children, you know.
Yes.
And they've used it on every single one of us. We try to say, hey, where is the evidence? Oh, you just like abusing women then, don't you? Like,
yeah, it's like, what? It's like, where the fuck did this come from? All I wanted to do was buy a bag of sand. What are you on about?
Yeah.
You gave me that jelly bean. No one told you to write your name.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh. Fucking jelly bean, man. It's just some of the shit in it.
It's heavy.
It really does make you think. It's like, right, these people, again, I'm not too sure if they're doing it just to keep an online persona there, or they are actually like that in real life. If they are like that in real life, then holy hell, I would probably kill them all. I couldn't cope with someone like that in real life, because they seem to be just so out there and outlandish with claims of what they say and certain people have done. It's just like, what the hell?
The only reason they have so much support is because they're so loud. You know, like they draw in the crazies that think like them. It's just really sad though, you know, because I mean we've all said this a million times. You know, a lot of these people Vic thought were his friends. Turns out they were just assholes. You know, and they force Vic to have to act a certain way, or you know, he didn't even do anything, but they can literally just go out there, they can insult fans, they can, you know, it's frustrating.
That's one of the things I hate the most, I think, is the way that you got Monica saying that she's going to reunite the community, everything happened, and it's like, well, you're the one who's still abusing and insulting your fans. If you want to do the community well, tell everyone else, tell Sean Shamel, Tom bloody Chris Sabat, Jamie Markey, tell DC fucking Douglas that he's one of the people I can't stand, and just tell them.
DC Douglas, yeah.
It's just tell them to stop as well, because that way it will kind of give Monica a bit more like, oh, right, okay, some people are actually behind me on this. But if you keep going about the way you are, and all these people keep going on, and you're not doing anything to tell them, like, right, guys, you gotta calm this down. We need these people to keep buying Funimation stuff so we get paid. And they're like, oh, we don't care, and you just carry on. And yeah, see, DC Douglas, man, he's one of the people who just, I don't know what it is about him, but it's a 56-year-old man acting like a 6-year-old, and it's like, you should actually be a bit better than everyone at this, because you've been in the game a lot longer. And seeing the way he's acted and those videos with Sean Shamel, where, you know, in the Deep Humor documentary, where he's coming out telling the person, you know, oh, these people have been here all day, and where's my help? Where's this? Where's that? And when he went in there, tried to ask him for an autograph, oh, to my friend Holton, and he's like, what? Really? It's like, wow, well, how much of a prick can you be?
Yeah. So one of the things that you mentioned was the hearing.
Dean, sorry, before you move on, just one thing from Mike, just because he's always in the chat. He did say he doesn't like it when people use autism as an insult, only because he's been diagnosed with it. I did want to say something real quick, because it's very easy to make statements like that. I've even done it before, and it's not trying to be mean or nasty. You know, it's kind of like I have diabetes. People make fun of my diabetes all the time. I make fun of my diabetes all the time. That's kind of how I take away from it.
Yeah.
But using it as a direct insult towards somebody, I can understand where you're coming from, buddy.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can 100% with that. It's
Chris Sabat used it in a completely like he was using it as an insult.
He was
Yeah,
using it to
100%.
demean. Yeah, he was using it as a demeaning factor. You know.
Yeah.
And it's not, the thing is, I saw the same thing like with Pixlexia with the whole who was it? It was one of the idiots, either Alphaboy or
Josh. It was a.
Josh Murray?
it was
I thought it
Alpha.
was Chris Rager.
No, I think
Oh, yeah, it was.
Krieger, yeah.
it was Rager. Okay, but
It's the champ.
yeah, Rager turned around and started insulting. No, it was Josh Martin. It was Appleboy because that's what set off the whole Apple spam. He got so triggered by something Pixlexia said. He said, I can do, I'm mute and I can do better voice acting than you. So he got really triggered and told her to stay mute, right? Like, these people use it as an insult. They have no issue with doing it, but then they'll turn around and, insult you all and call y'all ableist and whatever else they use.
No, yeah. Whatever. I'm not even gonna get started with Josh Martin. I dislike him for a lot of reasons.
Apple
I think
spam, Apple spam.
Well, that too.
Apples for days.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dean. I just wanted to address that.
No, you're totally fine. Now you had mentioned the healing the community thing, and I kind of wanted to get your opinion since you mentioned that. Judge Chuck's ruling was Crow. Could you maybe mute your mic for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Going on another car ride.
Ooh.
So now, Monica, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It was all that background noise.
Yeah, no, for real. Judge Chupp had ordered the mediation so that way the parties could heal the community. Now, it seems really messed up that you would try to force Vic to heal this community when it wasn't him that severed it. You know?
Yeah. See, it was Monica and Marky.
Yeah, Vic
Because
isn't
just the
out there.
things they were saying to people.
Vic wasn't
Yeah,
out
but-
there making continuous statements about the fan base and about the other voice actors involved in it. Vic made one or two statements basically telling people, come together. I think the strongest thing he said was to push back against misinformation.
Yes.
But even then, that is not turning around and saying, well, all of Monica's fans are a bunch of, sexist bigots that hate Christians. Like, he didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
He wasn't attacking the fan base. That came from those voice actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Vic made a statement: be kind, spread positivity.
Yep. Everything that man has said about all this, I just gotta give props to him. He has been so enthusiastic. There's been a couple of live streams where he has been a little bit down, which you can tell because of what's happened and certain things. But overall, he's been really enthusiastic about it. He's like, oh, literally everyone just love each other, have a nice day, just see someone you love, just spend time with someone that you want to spend time with, and just forget all the negativity. And I was just like, you know what? He's absolutely right. Because it's just too much shit going on in the world anyway. And with him saying now, I was like, you know what? For everything this guy has gone through since the end of January, I just gotta give the man his round there. So good. There's not been one bad thing about it.
Yeah, no, it just really does seem messed up that, you could try to, that you would force Vic to heal the community when it's not really his duty.
Oh, it's
And
not.
it's not his fault.
No, not at all. But the thing is, they will accuse the other side of doing what they do. They'll accuse us and Vic and everybody else who's not with them of tearing the community apart based on the fact that they don't completely agree with everything that they say. Like, that's ridiculous. Community people, they're all going to have different ideas. And yeah, they're going to be disagreeing with you on things, especially like this. But again, it was not Vic who went out and started attacking the fans. It was those voice actors. And frankly, It was their supporters like Dominique just turning around calling everybody,
Yeah.
racist, sexist, white supremacist, child abusers, saying that they enjoyed it. Like where you guys did this damage, and the only way they'll see healing the community, I guarantee you, it's not by us coming together. It's not by saying, "Hey, we went too far. You guys went too far. Let's just come together." It's literally by bending the knee to everything that they want. Then we can come together. As soon as
You
as
do
you're all
everything
ready,
I say.
as soon as you're all ready to get on your hands and knees and kiss the ring, then you can be a part of the community again.
As long as you agree with everything I say, no matter what, no matter how outlandish it is, and even though it may insult you, you gotta like it.
Yeah, no, that's really how it is. It's once again just.
I mean, it's
really
laughable.
frustrating.
It's laughable.
Yeah, I mean, you could laugh. But that was it for my questions. AG, do you have any questions? You got some horror related questions?
I mean, we could, but it's been like an hour and a half in. Like,
Oh yeah, shoot, you are totally right. But let's just ask the chat really quick because
yeah.
they're here. If the chat has any questions, why don't you feel free to post them and we'll ask our guest or whoever you direct your question to.
And when we close out, please enjoy this wonderful image on the screen. And remember, this is a positive channel that's all about progressive issues.
All right, so then why do you keep posting it? Like, are you a fan of She-Ra?
How can you not be a fan of She-Ra? She-Ra is the
Shan of
first.
She-Ra?
She-Ra is the first animated cartoon for children featuring a non-binary character, voice acted by a non-binary character. This is
thing is, it's not
this
a
is
human
all that
character,
matters. No,
alien.
this is all that matters. This is all that matters.
So is
that
she a non-binary? Because
I don't even know what She-Ra's about. I don't have no clue, but I'm definitely going to watch it because they
He-Man's
finally
cousin.
have a
No,
non-binary
He-Man's sister or
character.
something?
yeah.
I'm just saying, they finally have a non-binary character, guys. We should all be watching the show, and I just
How about you
wanna
watch
say
it
my
and do
piece.
reviews on the channel by yourself?
I don't want that on my channel. I do not want that
Put it
on.
on the Pokemon channel.
I got a question for everyone.
Yeah.
What do you all think about the rumor that Brie Larson could be going into Star Wars as
I think it's
Ashoka?
true.
I think it's. Oh, as Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't ruin Ahsoka.
man.
Come
Yeah,
on.
that's. I knew that would be the answer, but I wanted to actually hear people.
Why?
say it.
She's. I mean, are they gonna do like an older Ahsoka that's a total bitch and has no personality?
It's Kevin Feige's taken over, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Which straight away to me is like, how much of a crush has he got on her? Because literally, remember when he was going on, he's trying to promote Captain Marvel. He's like, oh, it's this, Captain Marvel's that. It's outselling everyone in comics. 4 weeks later, they were saying we're ending the comic because of poor sales.
It just did so good that they just didn't know what to do with all that money they had.
Way too much.
Now, okay, so somebody asked us to talk about ice cream, so I guess I'll ask you, Comegeeksome, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, that's that's really tough. I will admit, it's probably the worst, hardest question I've ever had.
Just say non-binary. It works for everyone.
Non-binary ice cream.
Non-binary ice cream.
Oh god.
Is that a vegan flavor? Is it?
This is not identifiable.
Not identifiable.
Well, the thing is, it looks kind of like chocolate, just a little bit off, and the taste is just garbage.
Ugh, so
Yeah.
typical vegan shit. Then I'd probably have to go for Neapolitan.
Yeah.
You know that? Yeah.
All
get
inclusive. I get
Three.
Yeah. 3 in 1. You got the strawberry, you got the vanilla, and you got your chocolate. There we go.
That
I got
sounds
the
non-binary
trans,
to
but That's
me.
fine.
I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Joke, everyone, joke. Calm down.
There is a
Like
question.
bomb. Like,
That's it, gone. My
Uh,
channel
the-
subscribers are gone.
The next question is really quick. It's by Drive Night. Are you cool with Senpai now? I'm one of his mods. Yeah, I got no issues with Senpai.
yeah, we're seven.
Yeah.
The next one though is from Mike.
Oh, genre of anime?
What are your favorite genre of anime? Shonen. Like fuck. I there's shonen for me. I mean, yeah, there's other things I like, but at the end of the day, there's a reason why I went back to My Hero Academia and was totally into it.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
there's quite a few, isn't it? It's almost like trying to say what's your favorite film, really, because there's so many different genres for anime. I I probably will have to go though again towards Diver, so sci-fi action.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what drew me in, and that's what I just keep going back to.
I just like things that are thought provoking. I don't know, but my favorite anime of all time is Yu Yu Hakusho. So
Oh, I love you.
Yes.
So.
Yu Yu Hakusho is a shonen.
yeah, I know. That's why I was like shonen, but then again, I don't like shonen. So
I'm going to recommend one anime for people, and it's really not a shonen, but I'm just completely in love with this thing.
Demon Slayer?
No, Demon Slayer's great, but Demon Slayer's a shonen. No, Vinland Saga, and a lot of people...
amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't watched it because it's on Amazon Prime, but if you have the ability to tune into that thing, legitimately, it's Vikings crossed over with anime, and it's the greatest thing on television. It's I believe it's from the same people that did Attack on Titan. Which
well, I'm down for that then, definitely.
Oh, believe me, the
highly
fights in
recommend
it are amazing. Anyways,
And you're saying it's on Amazon Prime, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got that. I was looking for that this evening. Well, later on tonight.
It's really good. It's really good. Won't regret it.
Love Vikings. See, love the Vikings TV series as well.
What's his name is in it? Leif Erikson's in it. So
Yep.
if you ever watch SpongeBob, remember Leif Erikson Day? He's a real guy.
Oh my god! And
The crazy thing, if you look up the historical, like the dates that they give you in that anime, it all lines up with what actually happens.
Oh, nice.
It's so good.
So let's just get through these last few questions because we have been here for damn near an hour and a half. Do you have Lady Titania says? Do you have any thoughts on all these white knights who are somehow misogynistic?
They're just hypocrites.
Projection.
100%. That is it.
Yeah. But
These people don't have a problem with hypocrisy. Like, at the end of the day, they just do not give a shit about it.
they're just kind of trying to impress who they're white knighting for, by
That's
degrading other people, trying to get on the good side. It's really stupid. But
yeah. Well, and the other thing is, I think a lot of them do it because they are straight up trying to creep on these girls.
yes, that's what I was saying.
Straight up.
Literally, you see all these people, again, they're going for like Dominic Sky, those type of people, the ones who have those kind of images online, and they're like, oh, she's the best. How dare you do this to her? And funny enough, I actually posted a photo the other day, I don't know if anyone saw it, the night of the computer.
No, I missed it.
Oh, say on the wall, it was just like a tally chart, how many maidens I've saved on the internet. And it was like 25 tally marks, and underneath, how many have slept with me? 0.
Oh, have you ever seen?
I was like, that is perfect. That's exactly what it's like.
I will try. I gotta find the image for this, and I used to have it, but it was like this diagram, right? And it's like in the red are male feminists, in the blue are male predators, and if you look at the chart, it's all purple.
Yeah.
I'll retweet it now anyway. There we go. I just love it. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know why, probably because I'm immature, but when I saw it, I was laughing about 10 minutes. And I was like, this is so stupid, and I'm 33 and I'm laughing at this. And I'm like, I should be doing something more productive in my time. Like going on Twitter and taking care of people like LJ Montello, but... She just annoys the living shit out of me.
Oh, she's
All right, move us through the rest of the questions. We got a few questions.
Okay, what's DNA Crows, thank you for your response. Were you aware that there was a She-Ra series back in the 80s? I was not. Crow, did you know? Anybody know that?
Yes, I did.
I knew
because
about
He-Man and Master Universe.
She-Ra. Yeah, I never watched She-Ra. I mean,
I never watched it, but I knew of it because she was in He-Man from time to time.
Yeah, they did have crossover episodes. That shit was crazy. But She-Ra was like, as far as I understand it.
Okay, enough of that question. On to the next one.
He-Man characters.
Can we report Disney for the murder of the Star Wars franchise? Yes.
We could try.
Yes.
We should. They have literally. I don't know what they were thinking with Rian Johnson. I really don't. He ruined it for me.
The main issue is you're gonna have to call the police in LA, and they don't have time for that shit.
No, they don't.
So then Drive Night asked, so no issue giving me a wrench too, right? And then we did give him a wrench. And then Nanashi asked, what's the oldest anime you watched?
Like the first one that I watched, or the oldest like made?
Oldest, I think, like oldest made.
Oldest made.
Ooh.
Damn.
Astro Boy.
You know what? I'll probably say Astro Boy. When I was a kid, my uncle used to show me that. But for comics wise, to get me into it was Guyver.
Probably.
So, and again, it's because again, when you're trying to think of what came first, and it's like, well, how it's like when? Because again, Guyver in the mid '80s, but then it didn't really become big in the West until the '90s.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing.
Yeah, but Guyver, I saw it through the live action, but probably mine is My Neighbor Totoro. I think that's my first, probably oldest anime I've watched, even though it's not an anime, it's just a movie.
Yeah. Now, I think we are done with the questions. King Brawley just came in. Shout outs to King Brawley. Go subscribe to his channel. He just asked, how's everyone doing? Pretty good. We're
Andy,
just
bro.
about to end.
Not bad.
Mhm.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oldest anime original, Gundam or Dragon Ball? Oof. Actually, which one came out first? I think Dragon Ball, because it was in '84.
Dragon Ball was out for quite a while, I believe.
I would say Dragon Ball is probably the oldest I watched, but like the old animation that I still will watch today without any issues, Slayers. That shit's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did we make it? We made it?
Yeah,
I think we made it.
Cool. Now, guys, I just want everybody to, please, if you don't mind, give this video a like. Consider subscribing to our channel if you're not already subscribed. In the description is Comegeeksome's channel. Go subscribe to him. He's a really great guy. Chances are all of you are already subscribed to him. If you're not, definitely do so. He's about to hit 4K. And
to me, that's crazy.
It's awesome. You make really good content. And
Even when I reached 500 or 100, I was like, fucking hell, people actually want to listen to me?
No, you make good content. You have really good commentary. You're wise and you're fair. So
thank you. That's one of the main things I think about it. Again, like what you were saying earlier, a lot of people reach out, but it's not straight on like, I fucking hate this bitch. I get rid of them. Go and do this. Go dox them. It's like, yeah, it's like, all right, I see where they're coming from, but my opinion's still right.
Well,
that's how I think of certain things.
Hopefully, Comegeeksome, we can have you onto the podcast again pretty soon.
Always.
We need to figure out this whole time zone thing, because I'm sure that you are screwing me over on this.
Well, it's just coming up to 8:45 at night now.
Yeah, I was like, Crow, you can Google that right now, and it gives you the exact time.
We know Google's in the pockets of the globalists. You liars.
Oh, right. Okay, so let's go ahead and sign out, everybody.
Quick shout out to BPM Burley. Quick shout out to Deep Humor. Go check out his documentary. Shout out to
definitely is a brilliant one.
Go check out Tea Time. Subscribe if you like, but we're in a competition, so I'm not supposed to tell you to do that.
So it's not a good time to plug that I could be on this, but I am on this month.
Oh yeah.
No, please plug
it. We're probably going to tune in and watch it.
I
so
think
plug
it's
it.
the 21st November that I'll be on the Tea Time.
I'm sorry. To me.
So there we go. Let Gothic Sushi do all that. So there we go.
So November 21st is when you're planning on it. I'm sure if you follow Comegeeksome on Twitter or Gothic Sushi, Toxic Sushi, or Kayla May, they will happily make sure that that you get that. They'll post it out when it's going to be happening. So make sure you're following them on Twitter. All right, everybody. I don't have any more nice things to say, and I really can't afford to plug anybody else. Okay, so goodbye, people.
Yeah, just let it go.